Well, I have to make this video because I just got back from LA from seeing my son's play Bohemian Cowboy. It played down to the Elephant Theater Complex. They're near close to Santa Monica Boulevard. And in West Hollywood. And oh boy, what a 2-day trip this was. Fast. Well, in the first place, I was going to take Doc, but right 2 days before I got there, I just had this flash and I thought, I can't take Doc. So I asked him very kindly. I said, help me. I said, Doc, would you mind staying home? Can you? And it turns out that he was relieved. so he took me to he did help me by taking me to the bus station, the Greyhound bus station, and he even bought my ticket. So this made up for
one-way ticket.
Him going away. And so I went down there, got down there at, it was around 12 o'clock. And my son Raymond, the playwright, met me downtown LA. And we toured around through the LA art district that's developing down there, where he said he almost did the play. But then we landed back over in West Hollywood, to his apartment, which wasn't the apartment he had leased, subleased, right, not too far from the theater. And my son Gary was there. He had left a couple of nights before. He had left in the night and arrived there. So there we were. I was with the two boys and of my first marriage, and Dean was the subject of the play. The play was focused on Dean and his disappearance, which was highly publicized at the time. You know, there was flyers put in Vegas, there was search teams, there was flyers all over southern Utah. Where is this man? And my son Raymond happened to be very ill at the time. He had hip surgery, and he'd been in chronic bad pain for quite some time, and he was just not feeling well at all. And because he was having to get back up from his hip surgery, go back and start teaching school. You know, for him, this was really a terrible time for his father to disappear. In fact, that's probably why his father disappeared at that time, because he was dreading Raymond going in and having this surgery. And every time there was kind of a crisis like that, my ex-husband and Raymond's father would tend to disappear. You know, he'd disappear for a week, he'd disappear for a few days here and there, and they'd have to go looking for him. But crisis would always, like if a play was opening or some big special event was going on, that was the very time, the most inconvenient time that he possibly could, he would disappear. So after 3 years...
He was looking for...
Your job is not to make derogatory remarks. Anyway,
I didn't even get a chance to make a derogatory remark.
That's right. But anyway, this is 3 years later. My ex-husband, there's been no trace of him. He's still missing. So after 3 years, this play came out of all those feelings. You know, I had quite a lot of worry about Raymond because he was depressed. He had to quit his job because he got so ill, and just kind of burned out with everything that he was contending with, and trying to be a playwright and teaching full-time, and just so this play was kind of like him trying to get back into the groove of what he could do. And so a lot was riding on this play. But during the time since I talked about the play, good things have happened to it. Like a reviewer from LA Weekly came and gave it a good review, and it was the pick of the week. Now this play is taking place in the smallest theater, this Elephant Theater Complex. Next door is a much bigger space where a member of the Sopranos cast is playing in there. And it's kind of in a theater district, so there's other plays with, but this is a small venue, his smallest theater. It's probably, it was well suited for this experimental new play that Raymond was creating and bringing back to LA, where he was actually born, and he had lived there. Oh, I'd taken him back down there 4 or 5 times, and he did theater in the 8th grade, he did theater in high school.
So did I.
Yes, well, so it was, and Gary, my oldest son, he went down with us 3 or 4 times. Finally, when he was 15, he refused to move anymore. He would not move, so he moved in with his Aunt Margie while Raymond and I went to California. I think by then my daughter had been born. She was born 11 years after, so from another marriage. So anyway, there Gary was back in LA. Raymond, the 2 brothers who are the only 2 children of this man who had disappeared, and we were back together. Well, Raymond took a big interest in his dad after his 2nd divorce, and he would take him in, look after him, bring him to Phoenix for 3 or 4 months of the cold weather, and he really established a strong relationship with him. They would sing, they would talk, they would tell stories, and Raymond tried to get Gary to do some of this and take his dad, but Gary wasn't having any. He took him maybe just a couple of times, he did not. He was 10 when the divorce happened, and he took it pretty hard. But after that, it was like his dad didn't pay enough attention. I don't know what happened, but Gary didn't have strong feelings for his dad like Raymond. He didn't want that dad. So it was like Gary was back there, and he and I and Raymond, we were seeing the play together. And Gary told me, what Gary's reactions were very important to Raymond. Gary's older, and he's been in the construction business all his life. He had a good singing voice, but like his dad, but he didn't want to, he was afraid he'd drink too much, so. And just like his dad did when we were married. But, yes. Yes, that was one of the drinking singers that I've been attracted to my whole life. I mean, I'm not attracted to the drinking, contrary. I am attracted to the singing, the music. So I just sat there.
The hills are alive.
Shut up! This is not your. Yes. So Raymond sang. He sang during the play. He sang some original songs. I could have used more of those. They were beautiful. I just loved the singing. But he spoke. He did a lot of. He showed photographs of the family, striking photographs. He showed photographs of the desert where he disappeared during the play, and there was music, there was the sound of helicopters, the search that went on. These were all really important, all these details.
Paid for a helicopter?
Oh, that was search and rescue.
Who paid for that?
The state or whoever, they do this for missing people. At that time they did it. No, he didn't pay for it, but anyway, I just loved all the details that created this picture in your mind. I think when people disappear, there's this mystery, a mystery. So it was good. I really loved it.